Why do I spend countless hours in the water foiling? Well, I think I really enjoy a challenge, and foiling for me is, it's trying to overcome little battles with yourself.
I don't have a better reason. It's just fun. It's just fun, fun, fun.
My name is Crystal. I go by the name Krusty Cot. I'm from Perth, but I'm originally from Leonora in the Goldfields, Western Australia.
So my name's Ange. I'm from Perth. I live in Cottesloe. I've got 3 young kids, 7, 9 and 11. And my husband Dan is one of the owners of Code. And we're both sort of really passionate about foiling.
I sort of got into foiling by mistake. It was kind of out of boredom. We were living on a sailboat, so it just seemed like a fun thing to do, to get towed around by the dinghy. And came home to Australia and got into winging and prone foiling and met a bit of the gang, and it all sort of eventuated into sup downwinding.
Well, I used to sup downwind. We used to surf and sup downwind. And then I see the guys, like the early guys, Nathan and Mick, at the sup downwind races on it, and then I knew I wanted to try it. And then Jimmy actually took me out when we were in the Maldives behind the boat, and I was just hooked from the minute I got up. No, I don't think you need a background in sup or surf or anything. I don't think it, because you have to sort of relearn everything.
I think it's probably important to note that I was never a swimmer. I've never been a water person. Like, I grew up in the middle of the desert where, I didn't learn to swim properly until I was like a teenager. So this whole ocean world has been relatively new to me. And I think, if I can do it and pick up this whole water thing and paddling and whatnot, then I'm pretty sure a lot of other people could. So I just think I think just not to limit yourselves, and it's like Ange sort of said, you just go to the shop and have a chat. Like, I think you'll find that most people who foil love nothing more than to talk about foiling, and they're really keen to give advice. And I think particularly being female is that they do want more girls on the water, as do me and Ange. And so I think the support is more or less increased when they see girls foiling. So just start big, big volume board, long board, to give yourself the best chance of standing up if sup foiling is what you want to do, or even prone foiling and wing foiling.
I'd say just get out there and give it a go. Like, try to meet the local people and go along with them. Go to the shop and figure out what gear you need. Go to Stand Up Surf Shop in Freo. Figure out what gear you need. Borrow some stuff. Try different stuff. And then, just have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously.
Yeah, I think the community vibe amongst the chicks is awesome. Like, I think Ange and I, we were saying, like, we follow so many girls on Instagram and whatnot, and so you sort of feel like you know them. I think you have that feeling generally with, like, when you see people off Instagram. But when we got to Hawaii, we instantly connected, with Tomoko and Gabby, and there was Paige as well, Andrea, like all those names, Kathy Shipman. So you naturally just gravitate, because I think it's really supportive. You want to see everyone doing really well, but also I think there's just this language that we speak as females. Like, we're not into the technical side as much as the boys, and that super competitiveness. Like, we're really there just to prop each other up and make sure we all have good runs and feel good about it, and have a good time.
It's good to have a buddy to do it with. So Chris and I have had a lot of fun because we kind of learnt together, and then there was always someone in the water, like, with you. And we sort of met just one day. We saw each other out on the water. We're like, yes, let's be friends. And that was it, right?
If you're going to try foiling, I just recommend going big, like big foil, big board, just to give yourself the best chance in getting up. There's a number of different codes. Like, it really does depend on your ability and your background, but it sort of just depends what your passion is. So if you've had wind sports before, or wing sports, like, you can try wing foiling. But if you're a surfer and you just love that motion, then just go for prone foiling. But I think just finding what your background is, and if that's something you want to pursue, and a foil's attached to that device, then that's probably the most natural sort of thing or the course to take. But go big, and just get out there and really give it a crack. There's nothing to lose.
I think what makes it addictive for me is just how every time you go out it's different. So you can go from, you know, a light wind day with big foils where you're just kind of gliding to a day like we had last week where it's 40 knots and you feel like you're going to die. So that's a really cool thing. And it's the same with any kind of ocean sport, right? And all the nature as well. Like every time we go past Trig, we see all these, like I saw this massive turtle a few weeks ago and heaps of dolphins, flying fish, mermaids.
Yeah, I think I'm fully addicted. Like I am at a dangerous level of just wanting to foil as much as I can, whether that's prone foiling or sup downwinding. And I think it's just because there's like you can just progress and get better, and that sense of achievement really, I think, fuels my desire to just keep going back out there. You know, whether I can get faster over like a kilometre or ride a smaller volume board to do, you know, more surfy turns downwind, or if I can ride like a smaller front wing that, you know, is underwater essentially, you move faster and turn easier, or a tail wing, or just do a distance. Like there's so many parameters that you can essentially push with foiling that just keeps me hungry for wanting to keep going out there and seeing what I can do, and seeing, you know, being able to show that a lot of things possible if you just give it a crack. And, you know, especially me, if I can get on the water and foil and then start pushing myself, then I'm pretty sure other people can do it as well.